You're watching the New Hampshire Association of Broadcasters' three-time award-winning YCN Game of the Week. The YCN Game of the Week is brought to you by Top Stitch Embroidery, the best for your team, and so much more. MJ Harrington and Company, jewelers and designers since 1948. William A. Smith Auction Gallery. They host 45 auctions yearly. Check the schedule on their website. Lake Sunapee Region VNA and Hospice, providing independence for patients and peace of mind for families. HR Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your local energy specialist, much more than a home heating provider. La Valley Building Supply, 10 retail lumber yards serving New England for over 55 years. Ramonto's Brick Oven Pizza and more, always fresh. People, food, great times await you. Mascoma Savings Bank, with no shareholders to please, committed to remaining independent and to reinvesting profits in our community. Baba's Bar and Grill of Newberry Harbor, where Baba wants you to know we're having a lot of fun. And Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire.
Good evening and welcome to Lebanon, New Hampshire for tonight's boys basketball season tip-off between the Kearsarge Cougars and the Lebanon Raiders. Hello everyone, I'm Jeremy Stout, joined by Scott Quimby. And Scott, we've got a good one here to open the season, Division 2. Kearsarge Cougars coming off a deep run in the tournament, kind of a surprise versus the Raiders. Welcoming back their coach, Keith Matty, should be a good one.
Should be a great one. Kearsarge went into the playoffs as an 8 seed out of 10 last year. Nobody really expected anything from them. They go in and they knock off the number 1 seed. That's pretty amazing. And Lebanon was the 2 seed. They certainly had high hopes, championship hopes. It didn't quite work out for them. It was the semifinals is where they got knocked out. But they're coming into this season as one of the favorite teams in the entire division. So. We'll see if Kearsarge can bring some of that upset mojo back, or if Lebanon Raiders can do what they expect to do and be the best team in this division.
Yeah, the Lebanon Raiders looking to defend their home floor. The girls team already did that, beating the Cougars 56-28 in Game 1, and they'll look to do it in Game 2. We've got the starting lineups being announced. First for the Cougars, Ben Carl, Brady Grisana, Nick LeBlanc, Tyler Sidmore, and Chris Stanchfield for the Cougars. Over on the Raiders side, number 2, Calvin Bates. Number 12, John Williman. Number 14, Tommy Bertha Savage. Number 22, Wade Rainey. And rounding out the starting lineup, number 35, Caleb Smith. Obviously a couple key names there. You've heard Wade Rainey and John Williman, who were on the football team. We'll take a break. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
Simple solutions in a challenging world. Let Echo Communications make your life simpler. From the beginning, creating design through the commercial print process and ending with custom mailing, all easily coordinated in one place. Echo Communications provides simple solutions in a challenging world. One place, many solutions. Learn more at echocominc.com.
No matter what season it is, you can always find the best in American and Italian cuisine at Bubba's Bar and Grill in Newberry, New Hampshire. Stop in to enjoy our fresh salads, hearty sandwiches, brick oven pizzas, the award-winning seafood chowder, and a new seasonal menu just right for the cooler months. Dine in or take out. You can check out our full lunch and dinner menus along with daily specials on our website each day as well. Bubba's Bar and Grill, just 2 miles from Mount Sunapee in the beautiful harbor of Newbury, New Hampshire.
Welcome back. National anthem just finishing up here in Lebanon. So a packed house here in Lebanon. We are set to get underway. Cougars traveling up 89 from North Sutton, New Hampshire into Lebanon, where they will both open the season.
Yeah, you can bet it's not going to be a tough environment to play in. This crowd seems quite ready. First night of the season.
And had a good crowd for the first game, the girls' game. But then for this nightcap here, crowd has continued to pack it in. As we mentioned, Coach Keith Maddie coming back this season after taking last season off to follow his daughter around, who was a senior in high school, played basketball at Mount Royal Academy down in Sunapee, New Hampshire, so we followed her around, and now he's back on the bench, and he is happy to be back. Over on the Cougars side, Coach Nate Camp, and he has been a long-time coach here with the Cougar program. His daughter's playing for the girls team, so a couple of head coaches who have been around and both well-respected throughout the region.
Yeah, it's probably, this is the first game for the boys of the season, and this is the first game with Maddie back. A lot of them have played for him in the past and have experience with him, know him. So, this could be real exciting for them to get a chance to play for a great coach.
And the Raiders take the tip. They'll start it off with the basketball. A lot of motion, as we will see. A lot of cutting and moving, and a little too much moving there. They're going to call travel on Williman. So the Raiders turning it over on their first possession now. Cougars getting into their first offensive set. Good defense here from the Raiders, forcing the three-point attempt. That one is no good, but the offensive rebound brought down.
Yeah, that was a well-defended three-pointer. You're going to take that all day long if you're the Raiders.
There's Calvin Bates trying to get his hand in it, but went back to the Cougars. Really, Kearsarge not able to penetrate this defensive wall. The Raiders doing a great job playing into their zone defense, and that one is no good. Rebound goes to Bertha Savage. He fires it up, and it's going to be a foul against the Raiders. Looks like it'll go back to the Cougars.
Yeah, and that was the right call. The defensive player had the position, and Rainey tried to come back through him and kind of initiated the contact, so good call by the refs there.
Scoreless, minute 20 into the game. Opening night for Division II boys basketball here in New Hampshire. Three-point attempt from the corner. No good there. That was Grazana. Couldn't get it to fall.
So far, Kearsarge having to settle for contested three-pointers.
That Lebanon Raider defense playing very well. And the three-pointer there is off the mark for the Savage.
That was contested by Sidmore, so both ends.
Just like in the girls' game we talked about in the early going, it's a lot of defense. And the rust isn't there on the defensive end as it is on the offensive end. That ball's on the floor. Coach Matty trying to get a timeout. He's not going to get it. It's going to be a jump ball.
Yeah, that one's inevitably going to get called a jump ball. I mean, there's two guys with their hands in there. You can't give the coach the timeout in that instance.
Nobody had possession on that one. He was just trying to steal a quick one. And it will be Kearsarge ball inbounding cross court. Nice cut there. And going in, getting foul, number 22, Tyler Sidmore.
Yeah, you get inside, good things happen. Sidmore going to the line for 2.
As we take another look here. Technical difficulties, apologize for that, but Sidmore back to live action. Missing the front end. Carl, Razana, LeBlanc, Sidmore, all seniors, and then Labonville off the bench, senior as well. So missing both free throws. Giving the Raiders the chance here. Nice cut there, and rolling around, it's good, Calvin Bates.
Yeah, Bates just, he made a great dribble drive there and kind of just split the defense and caught him a little flat-footed.
And then stolen on the other end. Williman takes advantage of the errant pass. A little aggressive trying to dump it off inside, and Williman took it. Another nice cut and a great pass.
Yeah, absolutely outstanding pass, but again, Bates, just a great positional awareness, finding the open spot in the court and creating that. He worked his way wide open under the hoop, and the defense was late getting there and had no choice but to try to foul him.
And Williman gets the assist there. Bates, he's got the free throw, and he has 5 points, all 5 points for the Raiders in the early going. 3 minutes in, Cougars yet to get on the board. That one gets inside, back out to Carl, the three-pointer, no good, and loose ball goes to the Raiders.
Well, that 3 wasn't contested. Carl found himself open, he just didn't hit it. That's a positive sign for Kearsarge. At least getting an open look there. Something they haven't had yet in this game.
Nice screen there, and the three-pointer no good from Williman. Rebound pulled down by Stanchfield. Kearsarge looked to run. They didn't have the number, so they'll set up in the half court. That one is partially blocked. It looked like Bates might have gotten a hand on it. Back to the Raiders.
Bates is off to a hot start in this game.
Spot up 3, nothing to do there. Caleb Smith drains it. And we've got an 8-0 lead, the Lebanon Raiders. And the Cougars want a timeout. We'll take one as well. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
William A. Smith Auction Gallery hosts 45 auctions a year. Our customer base is worldwide, and our reputation is for honesty and fairness.
Right there, $5,000, $3,000. I got 2 there, thank you. 20.
Join us for one of our live auctions. Check out the auction schedule on our website. Auction day is lively and fun.
Sold $3,381. Yeah, sold $253. Sold $850 straight away.
We look forward to seeing you on auction day.
Welcome back. 4:12 to play here in quarter number 1. 8-0. It's been all Lebanon, and really a lot of it's been Calvin Bates. He's got 5, and then Caleb Smith burying the big three-pointer there before the timeout. See what Coach Nate Camp has come up with. He's got the jacket off already, and he's ready to go. Three-point attempt. No good. That was number 35, Adrian McCarthy.
I believe everything's been outside for Kearsarge so far. I mean, I think they're 0 for 5 on three-pointers. They got to try to get the ball inside one way or the other.
Maybe a little miscommunication there, and that leads to a turnover. Kearsarge a little out of control, but McCarthy was able to corral it. Three-pointer again, no good. That one was LeBlanc. Driving baseline, and a bailout foul there. Rainey really trapped up against the baseline, and the Cougar defender.
Yeah, he kind of got bailed out there. I mean, he kind of dribbled into a trap there and kind of just tried to jump and maybe throw the ball, and fortunately was nudged and got the call.
Three-point attempt, no good. Bates can't get another one to fall.
He seems to be the focal point of their offense so far.
And that three-pointer looked good.
Yeah.
Stanfield couldn't get it.
He had Williman in the long court. He just couldn't get the pass off.
And the flip up there, Braden Falzerano a little strong. That's going to be before the shot, and Braden Falzerano, we saw there earlier, one of his teammates, his brother Logan Falzerano, on the bench with, I believe, a broken hand or broken wrist. So he's a sophomore who's going to be a contributor to this season, but he will be out for a little while. But this team, not only do they have some good seniors, as we mentioned, but they've got some depth as well. That one is blocked by Falzerano. And then thrown away by Grazana. Getting the Lebanon bench excited.
Very good defense by Lebanon so far. I mean, they are allowing nothing to go inside. Kearsarge kind of wants to, I think, but it's just not there, Jeremy, and they're settling for these wild three-point shots. Most of them have been contested, hand in the face, and they haven't been able to hit yet. With only 2:38 left in the first. Great inside pass. And that's an outstanding pass by Wade Rainey there.
Yeah, Caleb Smith, another nice little back door, and that's going to be
a charge call.
It's a good call there, offensive foul. That one's going to go against McCarthy. He tried to do it, but he was just a step too slow. He gave the defense a chance to get set.
And I believe that was Williman that took the charge. Credit him for his toughness. It's never fun having a guy run over the top of you.
That's McCarthy's second foul. He's the only one who's picked up a foul for this Cougar team.
Open look.
Yeah, three-point attempt from the outside. Williman not going to miss many. 13-0 our score. Cougars yet to find the bottom of the net. 2 minutes to play in this quarter. Little break there. Falzerano gets it. Or excuse me. Yes, that was Falzerano.
Williman made the inside pass there. Outstanding transition pass.
And Carl going strong to the hole. He wants the foul. He won't get it, but he'll get the two. Finally on the board.
Finally getting Kearsarge off that donut. Maybe that will open things up for him a little bit. Relieve some pressure. The first hoop of the season for him.
Floodgates may open. Final 90 seconds here of the first quarter. It's been all Raiders, 15-2. Wide open in the corner. He decides to drive, and he'll go to the line is Caleb Smith.
Yeah, I mean, Caleb Smith with a great up fake. He had a defender charging at him. Just did a quick pump fake the second his man got up in the air. He just drove to the hole and took it right to the rim, and will pick up 2 free throws.
Foul will go against number 33, Sam Carl, his first, team's fourth. And the front end is good. Smith now leads all scorers. He has 6 points. 16-2. Big lead for the Raiders in front of their home crowd. Second free throw is good as well. A good start. Lebanon gives his home crowd something to cheer about to open the season. Kearsarge only made basket was Ben Carl. A drive last possession. See if they can recreate it here. Nice drive and kick, and a nice open look. Nick LeBlanc hits a 3. Well, maybe you're right. They maybe get something going now that they got the monkey off their back in their first basket. Now 2 straight possessions with points.
You know you're the underdog, right? And you come out, things aren't going great. It starts to get in your head, right? And you know, you have that 0 up there for a long time in the first game of the season. It might feel like you're never going to score. So once you get 2, who knows?
And a nice defensive effort there. They'll try it one more time. Here goes Carl with that left hand.
A little bit wild on that left hand.
Trying to play some defense there and poke it away.
Yeah, Carl's layup was a little wild, but he drove to the rim, which is something that they need to do.
Yep.
They need to find a way inside, even though it's not going to be easy. There's too much standing around at the perimeter. It seems like they're setting picks, like they got 3 guys in one spot, kind of trying to set a pick to get one guy open, but it's just not working. They don't have enough action going on down low.
Inside 10 seconds, final possession here, you'd imagine, of the quarter. Looking to get something going at the buzzer. It looked like it was partially blocked. That was Sam Carl. Couldn't get it off, and at the end of 1, Lebanon leads Kearsarge 17-5. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
There once was a haunted house. People said they had heard voices, but no one dared to go inside.
There's a place for wood in your backyard. We recommend the Fire Pit. For looks and performance that outlast a wooden deck, make sure your next deck is built with Trex, the world's #1 premium decking brand.
Trex products are available at LaValley Middleton Building Supply. Visit us at lavalleys.com.
Welcome back. At the end of 1, the Raiders lead the Cougars 17-5. Today's game is being brought to you in part by Ramonto's Brick Oven Pizza. You're never too far from great food and good times at Ramonto's, the locally owned restaurants that make freshness taste so good. And that first quarter led by Caleb Smith with 7 points, Calvin Bates with 5. It was all Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, back to what I was saying with the picks, they're doing them a lot at the 3-point line, but you don't have to do a pick on the ball every time. You can do off-the-ball picks and get guys open inside, and they're not doing that. It seems like where the picks happen and everybody else is kind of standing around, Kearsarge has to get a little more movement on the offensive end here.
And as you mentioned, the off-ball, that's what Lebanon has done a number of times. They've gotten some backdoor cuts. They've got some nice picks, like you said, off-ball screens, and then lo and behold, their guys have been open underneath the hoop. This time the 3-pointer fired up, no good, but Balzerano was there with the rebound.
Nice pass to find the open man. Doesn't fall, but it was a great feed right there by Caleb Smith.
Tommy Bertha Savage missing the 3-pointer, and then Balzerano getting called for the over-the-back foul. That's his first. Team has 4. Both teams now with 4.
That was one of the better defensive possessions for Kearsarge. I mean, they allowed an offensive rebound, which is something you don't really want to do, but I mean, they forced outside shots. They didn't really allow the ball to get inside, and it took Lebanon a long time to get a shot off.
Well, making some adjustments are the Cougars. Now looking to get something here in the second quarter, and nice they get floater. The roll. Nice floater there from Stanfield. He's got 2.
Yeah, that was great touch in that floater. That's one of the most difficult shots to defend.
Yeah, if you've got a good floater and you can use it, you're right, it's tough to defend, and that one driving to the hole is Smith. He'll go back to the line. Today's game is being brought to you in part by Echo Communications. Call them for all your printing needs. All our schedules and live broadcasts are at our website, ycnnow.com. Caleb Smith hits it, 18-7 now. He's a perfect 4 for 4 from the line. Minute and a half gone by in this second quarter. Open 3 from the corner. That one's a little long. Nolan Grant got the shot they wanted. And going through the hole again is Smith. He'll go back to the line for 2.
This Smith kid's aggressive. He's getting to the rim, getting to the free throw line.
Yeah, he's 4 for 4 from the line. He's got 9 points to lead all scorers so far in this one. Half of the Lebanon output.
We don't have the assist stats, but he's made some outstanding passes in this game too, finding the open men.
That he has. Missing the front end. And that last foul is going to go against number 22, Tyler Sidmore, his second. And then Smith bakes the second. Good defense, and stolen away. Bertha Savage is blocked, but it's going to be fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. Yeah. Bertha Savage with a big steal.
Outstanding steal. I mean, you got a foul in there. You can't let him take the easy layup. You know, it seemed like a hard foul, but it was good, and they're arguing that it was all ball, but it's certainly tough to tell. It was a very fast-moving play there for the hoop.
So Bertha Savage gets the first one. That foul did go against Stanchfield, his first, team's 7th. So Raiders now in the bonus, and Bertha Savage hits both. Carl guarded tightly, and a quick little two-man trap. That ball thrown inside, recovered, still loose, and came away with it. Nice job by Brady Grazana. Well, the Cougars come up empty.
There's a lot of fight here by the Cougars.
There sure is. And going strong to the hole is Williman. Williman gets his fourth.
The Cougars expand all that energy into getting a hoop there, and they got nothing. And then, you know, Lebanon comes down and gets an easy layup off of it. It's that's going to be heartbreaking if you're the Cougars trying to get back in this game.
Raiders will kind of take some time here until they get an open look, and then driving with the right hand, Williman doesn't get it. Here come the Cougars. Three-point attempt, hits the front of the rim, and it will go to the Raiders. Stanchfield off the mark there.
Kearsarge does seem content to settle for that three a lot of times. And maybe that's their game plan. Maybe they have a lot of good shooters. I mean, this is the first game of the season. It could just be a cold night. It's, you know, we don't have a lot to go on in that regard, but I would say 80% of their offense has been taking three-pointers so far.
Right, you're right. They're just doing a lot of ball screening, trying to get somebody open to shoot a three. As opposed to Lebanon, they'll try and force it inside, and if they have a chance, they'll kick it out as we see some nice ball movement here.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you got to do if you're a three-point shooting team. Drive to the hoop and kick it out. Make the defense collapse. You get the open guy on the wing or something, and boom, he nails a three.
Bates hit that layup. He now has 7 points. 25-7. Nice cut there by Carl. Just not enough. He tried to get the foul call, but goes back to the Raiders. But it was a nice cut by Carl. He just didn't finish.
I mean, that was quite frankly their best play of the game so far, and he just kind of short on the layup a little bit, unfortunately.
Williman, no good from the corner. Inside 3.5 minutes to play here, 25-7. Lebanon Raiders lead the Cougars opening night Division II boys basketball. And that's going to be a carry. Turnover goes back to Lebanon.
Good call by the refs right there. That was definitely a carry. He thought he had a man open. He wanted to pass it to him, and then second-guessed it for a second.
So we got a timeout on the floor. We'll take a break. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
I had broken my humerus. I went home in the care of the VNA, and I met a group of women that I'll never forget. All of them were, in a way, just the most therapeutic and totally understanding people I think I've ever met.
Lake Sunapee Region VNA and Hospice is your locally managed nonprofit home health care provider. It's your choice. Ask for us by name when home is where you want to be.
3:12 to play here before halftime. It's been all Lebanon Raiders. 25-7. Our score. Opening up a 17-5 lead. And then outscoring Kearsarge 8-2 in the second quarter. Out of the timeout. Firing, and nice rebound there. Couldn't get it to go. Stansfield grabs his own miss, misses the putback.
Yeah, he knew he short arm that one, and it was, you could see as soon as he released it, he charged the net and had a great offensive rebound, but Lebanon's defense is kind of swarming him down there, and he couldn't really get a good putback up.
Nick LeBlanc misses a close one. And it looks like there's a hoop, cover on the hoop because nothing is going in for this Cougar team. And then driving, Smith wanted a foul. He's not going to get it. And again, no good. Grazana on the fast break. A little back and forth here from both teams. 2 minutes to play before half. This game is being brought to you in part by Top Stitch Embroidery, the best for your team and so much more. With both embroidery and screen printing in-house, their team will make your team look the best that it can be.
Yeah, it was a little bit of back and forth. Lebanon wisely slowed it down and got the ball to one of the better player, Bates, and he got two, but here Kearsarge right off the inbound, forcing the ball up the court, and they finally broke through that barrier that was covering the hoop.
Rosanna gets that basket, 27-9. Final 90 seconds to play here in the half. Good defensive effort.
Grazana, he anticipated that one perfectly and just couldn't quite get a fingertip. I mean, he did get a fingertip on it, couldn't quite get the palm on it and ring it in for the fast break.
Driving to the hole. That's Balzerano. He's left-handed. He uses that left hand very well. Inside a minute to play here. Cougars have struggled mightily on offense. Nice bounce pass there. No foul on the shot. It will be on the floor, so it'll stay Cougar ball.
He was still flat-footed when he got fouled there. It's a good call by the refs, but that's exactly what they need to do. That was a great pass inside. Kind of fake them, make them think you're shooting it, and you just drop it down to the forward down low and allow them to either make a play or get fouled. Either way, it's a good thing for your basketball team.
So the Cougars inbounding now, 45 seconds to play before half. Trying to get something, but you're right, this Lebanon defense now switched it up to a man-to-man defense, and they have really stifled this team.
It's pretty swarming.
Jumping on the floor.
That's outstanding hustle by Bates. What'd they call there?
They're going to call it, I believe, on Bates. But it was a good effort, and like you said about it earlier, you're going to play aggressive defense, you're going to get those type of fouls.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you're okay with that, though, if you're a coach. Like, you know, it's some fouls are good fouls.
Plus, it wasn't in the act of shooting. You had a foul to give.
What's it really cost you?
Right, exactly, with 25 seconds to go. Now, it was his third foul, so maybe that starts coming into play. But at that point, if you're Coach Matty, you're happy with that defensive effort. Call that one on the floor, but it will be shooting because of the bonus. So Coleman Fabre will get whistled for the foul, and Nick LeBlanc will be shooting 1-on-1. And the first one rattles home. Watch our Yankee Chronicle every week on this station at 8 p.m. on Saturdays. If you missed any of our local programs on our 3 YCN network stations, you can always watch them anytime on our website at ycnnow.com. Second free throw, front end of the rim. Williman comes down with it. Final shot here, final possession for the Raiders. Will they get one off? And at the buzzer, it's put back, but it will not count. Coach Nate Camp giving the refs some help, saying no good. At halftime here in Lebanon, the Raiders lead the Cougars 29-10. We'll take a break. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
The New Hampshire Heritage Collection by M.J. Harrington Jewelers is imagined and designed by our craftsmen, inspired by the natural beauty and special places that make New Hampshire extraordinary. The Old Man of the Mountain, Common Loon, Covered Bridge, Sap Bucket, and New Hampshire Lakes Collection are tributes to the story of the Granite State, made in America, handcrafted, uniquely yours, from M.J. Harrington Jewelers.
Warner's Main Street Bookends has been your community bookstore since 1998 and voted Yankee Magazine's Editor's Pick Must-See Bookstore. Bookends is a full-service store offering a huge selection of current fiction and nonfiction with children's book selection, toys, and games. Bookends has a huge card selection for all occasions, along with Main Street Marketplace and Gallery in the attached barn. 100% solar, Main Street Bookends of Warner is building your community one book at a time.
Why is it always time for pizza in New England? Because Ramonto's brick oven pizzas are popping up everywhere. With dough made fresh daily and baked in brick ovens, plus pasta, sandwiches, and artisan salads always from fresh ingredients, you're never far from good times and great food at Ramonto's. Ramonto's brick oven pizzas are the locally owned restaurants that make freshness taste so good. Want a piece of the pie? Visit Ramontos.com for franchise opportunities.
William A. Smith Auction Gallery hosts 45 auctions a year. Our customer base is worldwide, and our reputation is for honesty and fairness.
Rolex right there, $5,000, $3,000. I got two there, thank you. 20.
Join us for one of our live auctions. Check out the auction schedule on our website. Auction day is lively and fun.
Sold $3,381. Yeah, sold $253. Sold $850 straight away.
We look forward to seeing you on auction day.
Welcome back. Halftime here in Lebanon, where the Raiders lead the Cougars 29-10. And Jeremy Stout here with Scott Quimby. And Scott, as we talk about this Lebanon Raiders team coming back, they've got the players, they've got the coaches. Kearsarge maybe will struggle, and that's been the case so far in the early part of this game.
Right. I mean, Lebanon's playing like the number one predicted team that everyone seems to think that they are. And you know, they have two people scoring outstandingly. Caleb Smith, Calvin Bates have been equally dominant. Bates got the scoring going early, and then Smith really took over there in the middle of the first half. And Kearsarge, on the other hand, like you said, I mean, they're going to probably be inconsistent. There's going to be a lot of highs and lows. They have the capability of doing things. They just, you know, if they hit 5 of those 3-pointers that they took in the first half, I mean, what's the score here? 29-25. So they need shots to fall, and it seems like that's going to be what they're going to rely on, just taking outside shots and, you know, hoping they have a good day.
Yeah, I mean, we look at the roster, they have some seniors. This has a team who has obviously been to the tournament. They've had some success. Coach Nate Camp has coached this team up. It's just like you said, this night might not be their night. At some point, the shots will start falling. Maybe it's not tonight. Long season.
I mean, this offense, from what I've seen so far, it's the epitome of you live and die by the three. I mean, that just seems to be how this team is structured. And, you know, they're undersized compared to Lebanon, so you kind of have to use that strategy sometimes. And tonight, it's just not worked so far. They haven't been able to hit them.
So Caleb Smith leads all scorers with 10 points. Calvin Bates with 9. Over on the Cougars side, Nick LeBlanc with 4 points. So halftime here, 29-10. We'll take a break. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
Hi, this is Tom Hoyt, the social media coordinator for Mascoma Bank, and it's time to introduce our Student of the Month. Lebanon High School selecting Aaron Caruso, a senior. Aaron has had to overcome family challenges and is supporting himself by working a full-time job and is enrolled in a full schedule of classes, including 2 sciences. He comes to school every day with a positive attitude. He calls out his peers when they're negative, most people not realizing the hardship because of all of his optimism. He's personable, pleasant, engaging both with his peers and his staff, and he's embraced the Lebanon High School community. As one teacher said, I'm positive that the support he gets here has helped him persevere, and they're amazed by his strength every day. Mascoma Bank is a certified B Corporation and has been mutually owned since 1899. We strive to be a force for positive change for our customers, communities, and employees. Mascoma Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
No matter what season it is, you can always find the best in American and Italian cuisine at Bubba's Bar and Grill in Newbury, New Hampshire. Stop in to enjoy our fresh salads, hearty sandwiches, brick oven pizzas, the award-winning seafood chowder, and a new seasonal menu just right for the cooler months. Dine in or take out. You can check out our full lunch and dinner menus along with daily specials on our website each day as well. Bubba's Bar and Grill, just 2 miles from Mount Sunapee in the beautiful harbor of Newbury, New Hampshire.
Welcome to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Elizabeth Durazio, and
I'm your host, Abby Peel.
Coming to you from the town of Hopkinton.
Coming to you from the New London Barn Playhouse. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming on this beautiful day.
Beautiful day, perfect spring day.
We've been here as a staple in many of the communities. And
so many people that you get to meet and a wonderful community that you feel like you're always welcome in.
With this great opportunity of opening a restaurant that's really community focused.
So join us again next week
for a new edition of Yankee Chronicle.
Welcome back. Halftime here in Lebanon, where the Raiders lead the Cougars, as you can see, 29-10. And Scott, just looking to the second half, if you are the Cougars, obviously you're down 19, struggling to hit your shots. But as you mentioned, it's maybe more of the same game plan, just hope your shots start falling.
Oh, I mean, at this point, down 19, you need to hit some threes and you need to get points up quick. But at the same time, it would be nice to see him try to work the ball inside a little bit more. I think Lebanon is just bigger and stronger, and they're kind of just not letting anybody in there, and Kearsarge hasn't found a way. I mentioned during I think the second quarter, they're not really doing off-the-ball screens as well as they should. Opposite of what Lebanon's doing, they're doing it outstandingly, and it's getting guys open for backdoor cuts. So I think they need to work on these things, and maybe something will happen.
And if you are the Raiders, obviously a 19-point lead. Coach Keith Matty's got to be pretty happy in the locker room. But what is he telling his guys? Obviously, you've got Bates and Smith, as we talked about, really getting in on the action. But you wonder maybe distribute the basketball a little bit more, maybe get some more players involved?
Honestly, if I'm him, I'm telling them, guys, more of the same. Don't let up. Don't take it easy. You just keep playing the way you're playing. You're executing on both ends of the floor. Our offense looks good. You're shutting them down defensively. Just keep it up. And for the starters, when they come out in the second half, just play as hard as you can until it's a rout and your coach pulls you out of the game. Don't let up. That's all I'm telling my guys here.
Yeah, because as we know in these games, three-pointers can start adding up quickly. So if Kearsarge starts shooting and hitting some, this 19-point lead, you get a couple three possessions, make some threes, it's a 10-point game.
Yeah, with a 19-point lead, even if Kearsarge gets hot, if Lebanon can play the way they did offensively in the first half, there's not enough time for Kearsarge to catch up. You need a 80-minute second half, and that's just not obviously going to happen. So, yeah, as long as Lebanon can just do what they did in the first half, they should have this thing pretty well locked up. Yeah.
So we'll see what happens in the second half. 29-10, Cougars trail the Raiders. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
You're watching the New Hampshire Association of Broadcasters' three-time award-winning YCN Game of the Week. The YCN Game of the Week is brought to you by Top Stitch Embroidery, the best for your team, and so much more. MJ Harrington and Company, jewelers and designers since 1948. William A. Smith Auction Gallery. They host 45 auctions yearly. Check the schedule on their website. Lake Sunapee Region VNA and Hospice, providing independence for patients and peace of mind for families. H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your local energy specialist, much more than a home heating provider. La Valley Building Supply, 10 retail lumber yards serving New England for over 55 years. Ramonto's Brick Oven Pizza and more, always fresh. People, food, great times await you. Mascoma Savings Bank, with no shareholders to please, committed to remaining independent and to reinvesting profits in our community. Baba's Bar and Grill of Newberry Harbor, where Baba wants you to know we're having a lot of fun. And Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire.
Welcome back. Second half of action about to get underway. Jeremy Stout, Scott Quimby here in Lebanon. The last half of the doubleheader earlier today. The Kearsarge girls and Lebanon girls tipped off. Lebanon Raiders winning that one 56-28 to start their season 1-0. Cougars fell to 1-1 with the loss. And coming back out here for the Cougars, we'll see if it is the same starting five. We've got Ben Carl, Chris Stanchfield, Nick LeBlanc, Tyler Sidmore, and Brady Grisana. So it is the same starting five. I would imagine it will be for the Raiders as well. It is Bates, Williman, Bertha Savage, Rainey, and Smith. So starting fives for both teams back on the floor. And Carl loses the grip.
Yeah. Carl has been aggressive, though. He was trying to take it to the rim. I'm sure that must be probably something that they talked about.
Yeah, it has. He has been really, I mean, maybe it's not showing up in the box score. He only has the 2 points, but he has been really aggressive and been one of the keys to this Kearsarge offense, although it has not been much. And he gets a nice rebound there, and then the foul goes against Smith.
Yeah, he's down there battling as one of the smaller guys on the court. Just out muscling the big guys of Lebanon there. So Carl's coming out fiery here.
As we see missing the three-pointer, sets up nicely, nobody around him, grabs the rebound, and the foul by Smith. It's his first, team's first of the second half.
Kind of an unnecessary foul there by Smith. He didn't really have a chance when he went up there and should have just backed off.
And they get it in deep to Sidmore, who puts it up off the window. He's on the board, his first two of the night. Going to the line will be Williman. Foul is on Sidmore. It is his third. I wonder if he'll sit down here. Williman misses the front of his two shots. He has 4 points. His second one is up and good, and they're on the board for the second half. The first points in the second half for the Raiders. Today's game is being brought to you in part by William A. Smith Auction Gallery, who hosts 45 auctions yearly, many in their auction house in Plainfield, New Hampshire. Check out their schedule on their website at wssmithauction.com.
Ben Carl's trying to put this team on his shoulders and be the aggressive player, and it's just not a good shooting night for him. Tough night on the floor.
Not quite working out. So, minute 20 into this second half. One field goal for the Cougars and one free throw made for the Raiders. That ball was kicked, and that'll be a reset. Good defensive effort there. Grisana.
Good thought, though, by Caleb Smith, trying to get the bounce pass inside.
Here we see a lot of screening right out of that first pass. And then they get the wide open Bertha Savage in the corner, and he hits his first field goal.
Yeah, beautiful kick out. It looked like Ben Carl just kind of collapsed there to try to help with the defense and forgot the man in the corner, left him wide open, and they were made to pay.
And they did pay there, 33-12. That ball was tipped away. Looked like it was dribbled off the Kearsarge player's foot, but the ref was right there, said it hit off a Lebanon defender. Nice drive there, and the offensive rebound and the putback. Another offensive rebound, and the putback from Stanchfield is good. Stanchfield has 4 now.
Yeah, they kind of started with a bit of a wild shot, but excellent offensive rebound in there. Get the ball back up as soon as you can. You don't want to bring the ball down to the floor. You want to keep it high, or it's going to get stolen. And that's exactly what happened.
And a couple of bodies hit the floor hard there. That's going to go against Carl.
Yeah, I mean, Calvin Bates is... Was that Bates?
That's Willem in there driving.
Yep, Bates is the one that takes it to the rim.
Right
He's
here.
been driving hard toward the hoop, and he's a big body. Again, there's a lot of good effort there by Ben Carl, but he was very late there.
And Bates misses the front end. Second one is up, no good, but a nice offensive rebound. Give it another try from 3. Bates doesn't get it to fall. He has 9 points. Corner 3, no good. Nice offensive rebound, and then back out the little mid-range jumper from Stanchfield.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what they need to do. I mean, they're just chipping away little by little. That's all they can do. But aggressive play, offensive rebounds left and right. They're not making things easy for Lebanon. You're seeing some tough fouls.
And almost deflected, but Raiders get it back, missed the 3, and then Jala with the rebound.
And he's had a few good rebounds here in this half. He's certainly playing aggressive underneath, and I like what he's bringing to this team. He's a big part of their offensive rebound. They got a collision down there, but looks like everybody's okay. It's going to make a 5-on-3, though.
And Bertha Savage missing the 3-pointer. Carl gets it back, who was involved in that collision, so he was kind of hanging back by the half-court line, and that one's good.
Yeah, that's why he's the point guard. That was a nice heads-up pass play on a fast break.
Now 15-point game. Kearsarge bench trying to get the defense chant going, and Williman for 3, no good. Carl, it looks like Lebanon has kind of started to settle for some shots outside.
Yeah, you're seeing Kearsarge take it to the hoop. We're not seeing a lot of 3-pointers at all in this second quarter. They're making it a priority to take it to the hoop, and it's certainly paying off, and the game's certainly tightening up here. And Lebanon, on the other hand, is starting to settle and maybe getting a little lackadaisical. I'd think if this continues, we're going to see a timeout here. See if they can settle down and get a good offensive possession here.
That last foul, Tyler Sidmore, he's got 4 fouls. And he's sitting down now. Driving to the hole, and no good is Rainey.
I mean, that was a good look by Rainey, but he was just swarmed by the defense right now. Kearsarge has really got some mojo going.
Down 15, inside 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. And the 3-point attempt is up and good. Stanchfield hits his first 3. He's got 9.
Things are looking interesting here, Jeremy.
Yeah, this is exactly what we talked about. If Kearsarge can get hot in this quarter, they might be able to make a game of it. Down 12 now after being down 19 at the half.
And that, wow.
Offensive foul.
That 3 on the other end by Stanchfield, that was not settling for a 3. He was wide open off a great pass. That's what you want to do. And then on the other end of the court, you see him getting a charge and getting the ball right back. Momentum has changed.
3:15 to play in the third, 33-21. We'll take a break. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
At H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, we sell, install, tune, and repair heating and cooling systems and deliver your fuel oil and propane. But we're much more. With more frequent major weather events, don't say again, I should have installed a generator. H.R. Clough provides the best home generator systems available from Generac. Our highly trained personnel provide you a complete turnkey installation. For a free estimate, call the H.R. Clough Company today. Over 4 generations of local ownership and dependable service.
3:15 to play in the third quarter. Jeremy Stout, Scott Quimby here on the call. Lebanon Raiders lead the Kearsarge Cougars 33-21. But Scott, as we talked about, the second half, Cougars have started to hit some shots, and then we cut the deficit to 12.
Oh yeah, if you kind of tuned out and switch channels at halftime, and you're just flipping back now, looking at the score, you're thinking, what is going on here with Lebanon? But it's really just Kearsarge imposing their will. It's all effort. They're getting shots, driving inside, and making things happen.
And Stanchfield tried to get another one there, couldn't get the 3 to fall. That would have been a huge one, cutting it to single digits, but now they'll have to set up on defense.
Yeah, it seemed like Lebanon kind of lost their focus there for a bit. Let's see if they can regain it, and it certainly looks like that's the type of play that's going to help them do it with Williman.
Well, exactly. I mean, that's what they did the entire first half. They didn't shoot a lot of threes. They were really driving, and getting a friendly roll is Stanchfield, another 3.
What's Stanchfield got for points? He seems to be kind of their offensive leader on this team.
Yeah, I've got Stanchfield for an unofficial 12 points right now. He's had a good game and clearly leading this team in scoring. He's got half the points for the Cougar squad. Down 11. They look to set up on defense, and sneaking behind the ball carrier, almost tipped away, but Rainey's able to track it down. The three-pointer, Williman gets the crowd going.
Yeah, that's tough luck there for Kearsarge. Actually, a very good, smart, heady defensive play ended up turning into an open 3.
And Ben Carl slipped there. That's the second time someone has slipped and fallen by that free throw line.
They need to get a mop out there. I saw that on the last possession down here too.
Yeah, there was one of the Lebanon defenders kind of just slipped and fell. So you wonder if maybe they go out there to the free throw line. They're looking more in the area where the player just fell, but assistant coach Paul Karp and Nate Camp both out there.
Well, they don't have a mop apparently.
At this level, the coach is going to go out there and clean the
mop
court.
it themselves.
We don't have anybody extra to be mopping up. So 38-24, it was down to 11-point deficit, but then the big 3 goes back to 14. The turnover by Carl inside 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. And nice steal by Carl coming up from behind the ball handler, and then he goes all the way to the hole.
Excellent
for the 2.
excellent patience. A couple of times early in this game on those type of plays, you see the guys just go straight up and not be aware where the defender is, get the shot blocked. He slowed himself down, let the defender go by and get an easy layup, and now they're right back in it.
Down 12 after the miss by the Raiders, and another slip and fall, but Jala's able to hold it, but then stolen away. Rainey, he slips, and it'll be called for the travel.
There's got to be some moisture on that court. People are slipping all over the place out there right now.
There's something, and we're going to see if there's anything we can do about this, but here's the steal as you see Carl coming right along. Nice play.
Yeah,
Doesn't
I mean,
get
that's just
foul,
a beautiful
doesn't get the foul.
heads-up play, and here's the patience here. He slows down, lets the man go by, and just hits the open layup. I mean,
really nothing to it.
You don't rush that play because you will get it blocked from behind. Smart, heady play by Ben Carl.
So now we've got 60 seconds in this third quarter. Cougars cut it to single digits with a three-pointer, down 12. You know they'll be patient. Stanchfield, he's been hot. Wonder if they're going to try and work the ball to him. And Coach Nate Camp wants a timeout, so with 40 seconds to play before the end of the third quarter, we'll take a timeout as well. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
There's a big difference between a big box store and a LaValle Middleton building supply.
When you're a local store, you need to compete with the bigger chains. So we've combined our purchasing power with over 300 independent lumberyard and home centers, and we've passed those savings on to you.
Our customers have grown up with our stores, and now their kids are shopping here with our kids.
We have everything you need for any home improvement project you can think of.
And the possibilities are endless.
If we had a motto, it would be neighbors helping neighbors build a community.
Simple solutions in a challenging world. Let Echo Communications make your life simpler. From the beginning, creating design through the commercial print process and ending with custom mailing, all easily coordinated in one place. Echo Communications provides simple solutions in a challenging world. One place, many solutions. Learn more at echocominc.com.
For over 11 years, Bubba's Bar and Grill has been providing hungry patrons with high-quality food and friendly service with a mission of delivering a remarkable experience to every visitor. And Bubba likes to remind you, we're having a lot of fun here.
I'm having fun here.
Well, the Raiders are having a lot of fun with this 12-point lead, but the Cougars looking to continue to cut into it. Nice cut there.
A beautiful pass, too. Unfortunately, July, I mean, that was a great pass inside. They just couldn't do anything with it.
And then it was
that Grisana got the pass and kind of tried to kick it out. He should have maybe gone up with an up fake and tried to get his man off balance, maybe get a foul or an easy two.
And that ball is almost stolen away, a little sloppy on the offensive side. LeBlanc almost got the steal.
Yeah, you don't want to kick the ball out when you're right under the hoop unless it's absolutely necessary.
Inside the final 20 seconds of this quarter. Kearsarge has done a nice job cutting into the 19-point halftime lead. Well, the Raiders finish strong here with this one, and the three-pointer is no good. Falzarano goes up for the big rebounder. Yeah, that was Falzarano. Comes down hard. And that'll be under the hoop along the baseline for one more chance for the Raiders. 3.8, plenty of time. They're not going to need too much time. Sneaking in is Bates. He gets the two, and that's going to end the quarter. So a nice end to the quarter for the Raiders. They now lead 40-26 after 3. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
I had broken my humerus. I went home in the care of the VNA, and I met a group of women that I'll never forget. All of them were, in a way, just the most therapeutic and totally understanding people I think I've ever met.
Lake Sunapee Region VNA and Hospice is your locally managed nonprofit home health care provider. It's your choice. Ask for us by name when home is where you want to be.
Why is it always time for pizza in New England? Because Ramonto's brick oven pizzas are popping up everywhere. With dough made fresh daily and baked in brick ovens, plus pasta, sandwiches, and artisan salads always from fresh ingredients, you're never far from good times and great food at Ramonto's. Ramonto's Brick Oven Pizzas are the locally owned restaurants that make freshness taste so good. Want a piece of the pie? Visit Ramontos.com for franchise opportunities.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter about to get underway. Raiders lead the Cougars 40-26. Stay tuned at the end of our telecast for the HR Clough Kearsarge Heating Turning Up the Heat Player of the Game. We will choose the team member that had the greatest impact on today's game. HR Clough is dedicated to performing the best service and providing the best products every day.
Good quarter there for Kearsarge. They outscored Lebanon, 15-11. I mean, they cut into the lead a little bit, but at least they're showing some signs of improvement, and their offense is starting to make some progress.
And
plays like that.
Yeah, nice job there on the offensive rebound, going up strong and down to a 12-point deficit. They had it to 11 at one point before a big three in the corner made it 14. Nice aggressive defense, and it's going to stay with the Raiders. Today's game is being brought to you in part by Mascoma Savings Bank, mutually owned with no shareholders to please. If you want your event, parade, or concert televised live on YCN, contact us at info@ycnnow.com. Raiders, they'll be patient this quarter. If they have an opening, they'll take it. Kick out there to Bertha Savage. He'll give it back up. And then finally finds the hands of Bates, who misfires.
I think that might have been a tough call. It looked like it went out off the hands of Jala, but great job by Kearsarge there, forcing another three.
And then the big three is blocked by Bates. Falzarano gets the rebound up to Rainey, who throws it ahead to Williman, and then finally they'll slow it down. No need to rush it here. Taking it strong to the hole, but good defensive effort. Williman comes up empty.
Nice.
And on the other end, and he's got to be careful about touching the net there, but the refs don't blow the whistle, and LeBlanc scores the basket. Down to 10, the closest they've been since the first quarter. The end of the first quarter was 17-5, and they're going to get a foul.
I mean, to me, it just seems like Lebanon's kind of getting a little lackadaisical, maybe a little lazy at times on both ends of the court here. And, you know, I would say without a doubt, I think they're the better team, but they got to be careful because, like we mentioned, Kearsarge can get hot. I mean, they're not bad. I mean, they upset the #1 seed last year, so they got to start to focus here if they want to win this game.
So Stanchfield was called for the last foul. That's going to be an offensive foul away from the ball on Wade Rainey, I believe, or maybe it was Williman. I'm not sure who they called it on. We'll check that in just a minute. They did call it on Williman. It's his third.
Regardless, though, an offensive foul, another mental mistake here. It's just a 10-point game now.
Yeah, what a second half this has been for the Cougars, taking a 19-point deficit down to 10. And Carl, he'll drive strong, in and out, halfway down.
Yeah, off balance there by Carl. He was trying to take it to the hole, and you know, there wasn't a lot of movement for his teammates for him to kick the ball out anywhere, not a lot of open guys, but you know, at least he's being aggressive, and hopefully he continues to do so.
Reset, Bertha Savage will take it back. Williman, he's content to kind of just reset. They're not really going to rush anything. Down, or up only 10 with 5.5 to play. You don't need to rush it, especially the way Kearsarge has played in this second half. And then backing down his man is Bates with another basket.
Yeah, that's nice to see. Bates has been a really good player down low for him so far. It seems like he started to settle for outside shots in the second half. It's nice to see him back down low. He's a tough guy to defend, big kid.
Yeah, Bates, that is his second field goal of the second half. He has 11 points on the night, and I do believe that does lead all scorers. Caleb Smith has 10. And, 12 points. Stanchfield leads all players with 12 points for the Cougars. And
you can't add.
I can't add. I'm trying to do it on the fly. And Coach Maddie wants a timeout. So a timeout on the floor. 42-30, Raiders leading. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
Why is it always time for pizza in New England? Because Ramonto's brick oven pizzas are popping up everywhere. With dough made fresh daily and baked in brick ovens, plus pasta, sandwiches, and artisan salads always from fresh ingredients, you're never far from good times and great food at Ramonto's. Ramonto's Brick Oven Pizzas are the locally owned restaurants that make freshness taste so good. Want a piece of the pie? Visit Ramontos.com for franchise opportunities.
To me, it was a no-brainer to switch to the Anderson 400 series window.
From the exterior of the house, you can't tell which windows are old and which windows are new. They're really very compatible.
I really appreciate the energy efficiency of the 400 series.
Anderson, in my opinion, is the heavyweight champ.
Welcome back. Final 5:06 of the fourth quarter, 42-30 the score. Raiders lead the Cougars, and it had been into a 10-point game, and then a big basket by Bates made it the 12-point. Now Lebanon with the ball and ready and looking to extend it back to 14 or 15, but the ball is tipped away. Carl gets it to Jala and then over to his teammate. And finally, I believe that was Stanchfield from LeBlanc. LeBlanc got it. He didn't know what to do with it in traffic, so he kicks it out to Stanchfield. Stanchfield with another basket.
Big credit to Carl, though. He's a scrappy player out there. He made that steal happen, diving on the floor.
Down to 10 points now.
If you're Lebanon, just who cares how much time you take off? Just take your time and make sure you get a good look here.
They're taking their time, and then the drive there,
Nice
no
defense
good.
right
Bates,
there.
yeah, that was a contested look.
Stanchfield was all over it.
Carl going strong to the hole, but comes up empty. And then he's going to get the foul.
This Carl kid, he's interesting. He's a little bit sloppy. He's full of energy and excitement, but he needs to get his game a little under control, I think. Certainly the heart and the hustle's there, though.
Four minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Still a 10-point game. Nice cut there, but Carl comes up with a steal. They've got a 3-on-2, 4-on-2. Giving it to Stanchfield in the corner, in and out.
Yeah, great look for Stanchfield there. That would have been very, very, very big for them to come back.
That's the look you wanted. You got the look, just didn't get it to fall. And then going to the hole, but the foul's going to be on the floor, was Calvin Bates. That will put him to the free throw line, 1-1 in the bonus. So Bates at the line, shooting 1-1. Missing the front end, no good, and the rebound to the Cougars, and then the foul. We'll get Caleb Smith for that foul. Started off hot with a couple field goals, but then he has gone silent from the field. He does have 5 free throws. But after
he came out looking like he was going to go crazy in this one.
Stolen away there. And then going to the coast, but it's blocked, and then the foul was Rainey. Tried to get it, but Stanchfield said, you're not going to get a free one. He gets the foul. And as you see, Ben Carroll taking it up the court. Just stolen away, yeah.
A nice play. I mean, that's an aggressive defense of his basket there. Potentially dangerous play, not dirty, nothing like that. You don't want to give up a free layup. You got to make them shoot free throws, but when two guys go up hard like that, it gets scary sometimes.
Yeah, that was
a lot of speed involved in that play.
Rainey makes both the free throws, so he's on the board now. He has 2 points tonight. 44-32 lead back to 12 as we approach 3 minutes to play. Cougars really got to start converting some of these possessions into points. Nice cut there, but no good. Nice offensive slap.
Volleyball slap.
That was good. Kept it alive.
They got to be careful about using a lot of clock. They almost got to be perfect on offense from here on out. And another slip on the floor.
Three-pointer, no good. Tapped again, and Carl gets the rebound. Kicks it off to his teammate, and LeBlanc can't get it to go. He gets it again. Gets another rebound. I think it's a jump ball. It'll go back to the Raiders. So you had a lot of shots there, and the Cougars, you didn't convert. That's a tough offensive possession.
Yep, it's been
that way.
I think Ben Carl is the heart and soul of this team. He's got the energy, he's got the hustle, and it seems like his teammates are starting to buy into that. It's just, they got to have a little bit better execution. There's a lot of opportunities there where they're rushing the ball, trying to get it up too quick, and it's not going in. I mean, now you can't take more than 12 seconds off the shot clock, and you've got to get a hoop here.
Yeah, you can't have empty possessions like that one was. After you get the gift, Wade Rainey slipped and fell on the other end of the court to give up the ball, and then you get it back and then really don't do anything.
You turn it right back over, you pass it to your own bench. But, I mean, as bad as things looked in the first half, they did put in a pretty valiant effort. Just inside 2 minutes, 12 points is it's a tough ask. And you're going to see Lebanon here just milk the clock all day. They don't care about shooting.
Yeah, final 90 seconds as we approach. They won't really need to worry about it. The YCN scoreboard sponsor is LaValle Building Supply, home improvement and construction from concept to completion. LaValle's would like to thank all their neighbors for shopping with them. Come on in, meet their team. Customer care is their first priority. We'll take a break. 44-32 Raiders leading the Cougars. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
William A. Smith Auction Gallery hosts 45 auctions a year. Our customer base is worldwide, and our reputation is for honesty and fairness.
Right there, $5,000, $3,000. I got two there, thank you. 20.
Join us for one of our live auctions. Check out the auction schedule on our website. Auction day is lively and fun.
Sold $3,381. Yeah, sold $253. Sold $850 straight away.
We look forward to seeing you on auction day.
Warner's Main Street Bookends has been your community bookstore since 1998 and voted Yankee Magazine's Editor's Pick Must-See Bookstore. Bookends is a full-service store offering a huge selection of current fiction and nonfiction with children's book selection, toys, and games. Bookends has a huge card selection for all occasions, along with Main Street Marketplace and Gallery in the attached barn. 100% solar, Main Street Bookends of Warner is building your community one book at a time.
Final 1 minute 27 seconds here from Lebanon. What has been a doubleheader, and looks like it'll be a sweep for the Lebanon Raider boys and girls. And another timeout as Williman was trapped.
Yeah, smart timeout.
I mean,
he had nowhere to go. I mean, rather than turn the ball over, just call a timeout, and there you go.
So we'll take a timeout as well. 1:20 to play. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
Welcome to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Elizabeth Durazio, and
I'm your host, Abby Peel.
Coming to you from the town of Hopkinton.
Coming to you from the New London Barn Playhouse. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming on this beautiful day.
Beautiful day, perfect spring day.
We've been here as a staple in many of the communities. And
so many people that you get to meet and a wonderful community that you feel like you're always welcome in.
With this great opportunity of opening a restaurant that's really community focused.
So join us again next week
for a new edition of Yankee Chronicle.
Welcome back. Jeremy Stout, Scott Quimby wrapping up the contest here tonight. Lebanon Raiders, as you can see, a 12-point lead. Our next YCN game is Monday the 23rd. We'll be at Hartford as the Hurricanes entertain the Wasps of Woodstock. And then on Monday, December 30th, we will be at NHIAA for the Capital Area Christmas Classic Tourney Championships of the girls at 5 p.m. and boys at 7 p.m. Always check our website, ycnnow.com, for the schedule. So here we go, final 80 seconds. No shot clock, as we were talking about during the break, so the Raiders can hold it for the final bit, as assuming they don't turn it over.
And that's what they've been doing. I think they've had the ball for over 40 seconds now. And that's why that timeout was so smart. I mean, there's no shot clock and they have timeouts. Rather than take a chance of giving the ball back, create an inbound pass, and here you go.
And Carl asking for possession there. He's not going to get it, and it looks like it'll be substitution here before the inbounds. It looked like Barrett the Savage was going to inbound it, but he sat down, and Wade Rainey will inbound the ball. So they finally get it in, and Bates secures it over to Williman, back to Bates in the corner, who's immediately double-teamed, and then ball stolen away, but they're going to say jump ball, and it'll go back to Kearsarge.
Yeah, I mean, I was waiting for them to do that. I mean, trap the guy. You can't play man-to-man there like they were for the first 30 seconds of the possession because you can't get the ball back. You got to make something happen as soon as possible. I mean, if you give up an open hoop, so what at that point? But now there's just, unfortunately, not enough time for a comeback here.
Yeah, we're inside a minute, down 12. Trying to get something, and they get the open look there. No good. That one's Nolan Grant. And the Raiders grabbed it. Carl still trying to play some tight defense. Coach Camp not calling off the Dogs yet. Not going to foul him down to the line, but or maybe they will.
I mean,
it looked like Carl was trying to, actually, just as I said that. Down 12.
You never know. Down 12 with 31.2 left. Anything can happen.
So it looks like it will be Wade Maney at the line, shooting 1-1.
I mean, I just didn't think even that last possession there, they weren't trapping very well. You'd see two guys kind of chasing. That's not really a trap. That's
right.
Two guys chasing. A trap is having one guy in front, one guy behind, and you try to pinch him and cut him off. Yeah, they need to work on their trap.
Rainey at the line. He sinks his first. He's now 3 for 3 from the line. He's got 3 points. 45-32. And he will be perfect on the night, 4 for 4. Good free throw shooting team are the Raiders. And Coach Camp wants a timeout. So the final 30 seconds, timeout on the floor. We'll take a break. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
Simple solutions in a challenging world. Let Echo Communications make your life simpler. From the beginning, creating design through the commercial print process and ending with custom mailing, all easily coordinated in one place. Echo Communications provides simple solutions in a challenging world. One place, many solutions. Learn more at echocominc.com.
Welcome back. Lebanon Raiders looking to hold on over the Kearsarge Cougars. Both teams opening their seasons tonight. Lebanon will improve to 1-0, assuming they can hold on the 14-point lead. And the Cougars will fall to 0-1. Tipping off Division II boys basketball 2019 season. As I mentioned a little while ago, we'll be across the river over in Vermont on Monday and then down to Concord the following Monday. So here we go. Cougars trying to maybe get something, and they don't get the shot off. They turn it over, and now Raiders. I would imagine to play keep away, and I can't imagine you're going to foul now. And Coach Camp is telling his team, don't foul. Williman will dribble the basketball out, and that will end it. The final score here will be 46-32. The Raiders get the win, complete the girls-boys doubleheader sweep over the Kearsarge Cougars. So that's the final score, 46-32. We'll take a break, come back with the player of the game. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
Why is it always time for pizza in New England? Because Ramonto's brick oven pizzas are popping up everywhere. With dough made fresh daily and baked in brick ovens, plus pasta, sandwiches, and artisan salads always from fresh ingredients, you're never far from good times and great food at Ramonto's. Ramonto's brick oven pizzas are the locally owned restaurants that make freshness taste so good. Want a piece of the pie? Visit Ramontos.com for franchise opportunities.
William A. Smith Auction Gallery hosts 45 auctions a year. Our customer base is worldwide, and our reputation is for honesty and fairness.
Rolex right there, $5,000, $3,000. I got two there, thank you. 20.
Join us for one of our live auctions. Check out the auction schedule on our website. Auction day is lively and fun.
Sold $3,381. Yeah, sold $253. Sold $850 straight away.
We look forward to seeing you on auction day.
Hi, this is Tom Hoyt, the social media coordinator for Mascoma Bank, and it's time to introduce our Student of the Month. Lebanon High School selecting Aaron Caruso, a senior. Aaron has had to overcome family challenges and is supporting himself by working a full-time job and is enrolled in a full schedule of classes, including 2 sciences. He comes to school every day with a positive attitude. He calls out his peers when they're negative. Most people not realizing the hardship because of all of his optimism. He's personable, pleasant, engaging both with his peers and his staff, and he's embraced the Lebanon High School community. As one teacher said, I'm positive that the support he gets here has helped him persevere, and they're amazed by his strength every day. Mascoma Bank is a certified B Corporation and has been mutually owned since 1899. We strive to be a force for positive change for our customers, communities, and employees. Mascoma Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Welcome back. Final score here. The Kearsarge Cougars fall to the Lebanon Raiders 46-32. And let's get to our H.R. Clough Kearsarge Heating turning up the heat player of the game. And Scott, Raiders obviously taking care of business here with a 14-point win, so I'm guessing we'll give one of their players.
Yeah, we sure will, and it's going to go to Calvin Bates. First game of the season. Congratulations, Calvin. He got things going for the Raiders early on. Things started to kind of slow down for him as well as it did for most of the Raiders, but he was still aggressive and continued to get free throws, and I think he was the most impactful player for that team today.
Yeah, Bates finishes with 13, as we mentioned. Caleb Smith with 10, and then over on the Cougars side, by a quick count, it was 14 points for Stanchfield. So he was the leading scorer for all players. And really, if you're Kearsarge, you go back to the drawing board. Once again, if you hit some threes, you're in this game. If you're Lebanon, it's a good start to the season.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the way it seemed like, at least the first half. But the second half, they didn't live or die by the three, especially in that third quarter. They were aggressive and went to the rim, and Stanchfield kind of led the charge there. A lot of his points came in the second half. So, I don't know. I would maybe just think about and review the game footage for this and see what happened, and maybe kind of rethink your idea going into the next game about how you want to come out and start things off in the first half.
So the Lebanon Raiders start the season 1-0. Kearsarge Cougars fall to 0-1. The final score here for the final time, Lebanon 46, Kearsarge 32. For Scott Quimby, I'm Jeremy Stout. Thanks for watching the YCN Game of the Week.